Good morning. I need a damn haircut. Holy crap. Haircut tomorrow. Did I schedule it for tomorrow? Yep. Man. Waited a little too long this time around. All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome. Welcome back. How's everyone doing? Good morning, champs. To the tippy top. Winston, I love that you bring up the two time here. All right. Loving the strength on semiconductors the last few weeks. Let's see if that continues. But man, I like it. So we'll see if that wants to continue. We have NVDA earnings next week, but I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing there. NVIDIA had some news this morning that they are producing chips that are, what's the word I'm looking for? They follow the restrictions, the U.S. restrictions against exports to China. So it's basically sort of nullifying that, it's nullifying part of that loss of revenue from the U.S. restrictions, which is, in my opinion, why you see NVIDIA pretty much straight up this morning. And you guys know that I have 100 shares of NVIDIA at 140. So today is a nice day. We'll be up $700 on that position. I'm very happy with my average on NVIDIA. I'm very happy with compliant. Thank you, Michael. That is the word I was looking for. I'm very happy with that purchase for my long term. So let's see if that continues, man. I actually am also taking a position in AMD. I have a nice position there as well. I'm thinking about TSM, but I'm not going to spread it too thin. We could even just look at the SMH or SMU. What is it? SMH? Yeah, SMH, Semiconductor ETF. But I think this is still, you guys know me, I'm pretty bullish on this sector long term. But yeah, so let's see what happens. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. It's 8:03. It is Tuesday morning. Let's wait just a little bit until people jump in here. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Hope everyone had a good day yesterday. Awesome trade on Tesla yesterday. Nailed that. That was sweet. So Tesla trade yesterday basically just lined up with the exact technicals that we talked about in the pre-market live stream. So congrats to anyone that caught that downside. Caught a little bit of Netflix downside off that rejection as well. Lost a little bit on Microsoft yesterday. Microsoft was crazy strong against the market. I tried to play a rejection 225, I believe, on Microsoft and just lost I think I lost a total of around $300 on that. But overall, $1,000 gain on Tesla and about $300 on Netflix. So it was a good day yesterday. Congrats to anyone that did well there. Nice downside early morning. And some nice technical setups and some really nice retest rejections. You're outside my house? Chill out. All right, let's get started. So today, futures economic earnings calendar. That's always how we start here. Let's go ahead and pull up that economic calendar, guys. I don't think too much on the economic side today. It's really going to be just a sort of a waiting game until CPI, in my opinion. And that should be very interesting, right? Is there a chance that CPI comes in lower than expected? I don't know. I mean, who knows at this point, guys? Let me go ahead and pull up investing.com CPI so we can go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so here's the economic calendar. Today is election day. Make sure to go ahead and vote, guys. You know, I don't like to get into politics on this channel. I don't like to get into politics in my life. I think it's just a disaster. But do go ahead and vote. You know, it's our duty to do so. So make sure to do that today. Find some time today to go out and vote. whichever way you want. Today, Wednesday, that's today. Tomorrow, nothing really there. I mean, some Fed presidents, but I don't expect this to move the market, guys. And then this is the market moving day, Thursday, huge day. I mean, one of the bigger days in a while. Consumer price index, core CPI, 12-month change, and month over month. That's really big. So we'll see what that comes in at. That is definitely going to be massive, in my opinion. The expectation is for it to be lower, actually. Look at this. Let me go ahead and pull this up on investing.com. So forecast is 8%, right? So here's investing.com CPI. I think this is the best place to look at it. I think this is the best place to go ahead and take a look at, what's expected and what's been happening. So you can see that since July, we have had a declining CPI, which needs to be happening, of course, with, increasing rate hikes. I mean, if this kept going up, the market would be at zero. I mean, that's an over-exaggeration. Obviously, you know that. But obviously, if this CPI number was on a upward trajectory still, things would be much uglier than they are right now. So you can see you've had a declining CPI trajectory. Forecast has stayed at 8.1 the last two times. And you can see the forecast is now down another 0.1. Right now it is at 8%. So, right, you're going to want to see this number. You're going to want to see this number at 8% for any type of upside potential, right? If this number comes in at, any higher than forecast, I think there's going to be some weakness still. You're going to want to see this thing at 8%, 7.9, whatever anything under the forecast, I think is I don't want to say bullish because I don't like using that word, but I want to say it's not a disaster, if it's at 8%, right? So that's what we're going to be looking for. That is on Thursday. That's November 10th. That is our October CPI reading, right? We get it in November, our October CPI reading. Just remember that, right? So it's for the October month. It's not for this month. And the forecast is 8%, okay? So that's Thursday. We'll sort of look at that more as we get closer. But that is Thursday. Is Tesla still going down? I was considering swinging. Oh, man. It's still going down. Damn. I was considering swinging my Tesla puts, but I don't know, guys. It's not even worth it to me. I held Tesla puts all day yesterday. All day. I mean, I held them through everything. So we'll go over this when we go over Tesla, but yeah, look at that. Tesla's still going down. Tesla had a recall this morning. Excuse me. All right. Tesla had a recall this morning, and Tesla broke down a very major level, guys. Very major flush point on Tesla. So that probably is, that's definitely affecting it's probably some weakness there. All right. Let's go earnings calendar real quick. Let's pull that up. Get an idea of what reports today. And then we'll get started here, guys. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you to everyone for always supporting the channel. It's much appreciated. Workhorse, Norwegian Cruise Lines, Party City, bunch of nonsense. Don't even pay attention to it. I mean, maybe Norwegian if you want to pay attention to the travel sector to get an idea of there if you have RCL, CCL. But Workhorse, Party City, I mean, nothing there. Today, after hours, Walt Disney. I think this is important for streaming, for leisure. I think this will be something to look out for. So let's see what Walt Disney does. Oxy for energy, AMC nonsense, Upstart, not interested. Plug Power, Lucid, Novavax, Affirm. So some of these smaller, small cap growth names like Upstart and Affirm. Plug Power, it's nonsense. AMC, nothing. Oxy, Trade Desk, Roblox, more small cap names. DR Horton for housing, Fiverr, small cap. Rivian, EV sector, whatever. Dutch Bros, Wynn Resorts, Beyond Meat, Unity Software, Celsius. I mean, I would assume Upstart and Affirm are tough. I mean, I would assume Affirm is maybe a little bit better having a little bit better of a time right now. But No, I'm Upstart. I'm assuming there is not many people taking out high interest loans in Upstart right now. I mean, I would hope not. I would hope not. I mean, I would assume that their loan numbers have to be pretty high because Upstart already takes out pretty risky loans. They're sort of smaller, shorter time. I'm going to go to what is the Upstart current rate? Let's see if we can do this together. How much are we borrowing here? I mean, I'm not going to put in any type of information here, so let's see if it does it without giving any kind of information. What are we paying off? Let's go ahead and do a business expense. Okay, yeah, we're not doing that. All right, well, I'm assuming that it's pretty high, the current rate for Upstart loans. Anyways, Neo, Yeti, AstraZeneca, Six Flags, nothing crazy. WeWork, nothing. So really, it's just Disney. That's the main one that I would be paying attention to here, guys. And we have a few interesting names the rest of the week, but it's going to be all CPI, and then you can see Tesla straight down. All right, Semiconductor Strength, 11%, Michael. Yeah, that's high. I mean, I would assume that Upstart is having a very large decline in volume on personal loans or business loans. Semiconductor Strength, guys. You guys know me. I've been very bullish on semiconductors. I think this is one of the best places to invest your money long term. That is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, but that is my personal opinion. I have continued to buy AMD, continued to buy NVIDIA, and I really like it. I mean, semiconductors, in my eyes, when I look at the future, the semiconductors is the future, right? That we need semiconductors. We need that, right? That is a must. So I'm pretty bullish on it. I've been buying a lot of NVIDIA. We'll see. We're definitely seeing some strength, and we are seeing some news this morning out of NVIDIA. NVIDIA has news this morning that they are making compliant chips for the U.S. exports. Tesla is literally melting right now in front of my eyes. Tesla flush level, definitely something that I traded yesterday and something I want to show you today. And Tesla is getting very aggressive. Man, do I wish I held my Tesla puts overnight. Been hitting some strides lately, and I couldn't do it without your help. Learning a lot from you about finding my strategy and rinsing and repeating. Always glad to be here. Amen. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. And thank you for all your contributions to the chat. And not necessary, but thank you for the donation of $9.99. That will be another box of Celsius for me. Thank you, amen. All right. Yeah, Microsoft, amen. If you trade, right? I say this to the chat, and I'll say it here again here. I don't care who I say this to. I'll say this to the world. If you come to the Discord and you trade the trades that I take, you better be ready to lose, because I lose, and everyone else that trades loses, right? So if you're going to come to the Discord, if you're going to follow my trades, you will lose. Now, if you follow my trades, I mean, if it's the exact same, I would say more often times than not, I will come out on top, because I usually find my way, but I will always have losing trades. It's going to happen. So I'll say that to the world. I'll say that to anyone. It's not going to be, you're going to see the reality of trading. If you want to see the reality of trading, then that's that, right? It's not, I don't hide my losers. So anyways, Tesla, flush level, Tesla getting very aggressive. Watch to the downside there. Netflix retest rejection, that was a sick play yesterday. It happened again, and it happened on Monday. It happened on Friday, and it happened again on Monday yesterday. Sick retest rejections on Netflix. Definitely something I'm watching again today. Apple back over 138. Love that. Watching that. Meta 98 rejection. Meta 98 rejection. That is something that I'm going to be watching for today. You pushed higher yesterday. We'll see if it is able to get over that 98 level. Amazon 92. Something I'm watching today as well. And then finally, Coinbase. Perfect rejection that we talked about yesterday in the live stream. And I want to show you guys how that all worked out. All right. That's that. Let's get started. So there's Tesla. You can obviously see that's getting a little ugly there. But here we go. So what did we talk about yesterday on the NASDAQ, guys? What did we talk about yesterday on the NASDAQ? The NASDAQ, we talked about the break and retest of 11,000 or 10,980. And what did we get? We got the perfect break and retest of 10,980. I mean, it was pretty much identical to what we wanted to see happen. So yesterday, right, we sort of consolidated, right? We sort of chopped around, didn't do much. Late day, we got a push, right? We got our push through that level. Now, here in the pre-market, what have we done? We have pulled back, we have retested, and we have held the 10,980, right? Look how perfect that is. Look how perfect that little setup is right there. So if we zoom in here, we look at what the market has done. We have received a perfect break and retest, and we have held the previous rejection points right here, and we have turned them into a perfect support level, right? This is pretty much the exact same thing that we wanted to see happen yesterday pre-market. So boom, boom, boom. Very nice. Break and retest. That's really nice. I like that. Okay. You have your channel that held up once again. Here's your channel, right? Hopefully Will is okay with this channel drawing. But you guys can see a break, a retest, a 10,980, 11,000 hold. That is a very key hold. And that is exactly where you need to hold up moving forward. You lose this level, right? Momentum's lost, right? You lose this level. You lose this uptrend. You lose 11,000. Here's your momentum change. Here's your rejection, right? And here's where the things start to get ugly if this happens. So moving forward, to remain bullish, you have to hold this 10,980. That is no questions asked. That is your previous pivot low, right? That is your previous high. That is now your pivot low. You cannot break that pivot low. 10,980. That is a very nice channel. That is a very nice break and retest. That is a previous rejection point into support. That is a very clean chart. Now, where are we at today? We are right up at our 11,070 level that we talked about yesterday, right? We talked about this previous support area that could turn into a rejection level, and that is exactly where we are today. So today we have to watch 11,070. Do we get a rejection there and pull back? Do we break out of it? If we break out of 1170, I would be under the impression of a very quick move to 11.2, right? I do not see anything here, right? You see this move right here? If we get through 1170, if we can get a nice hold above this level, I would expect a very quick move to 11.2. I just think that is, sort of a squeeze level here at 1170. If you get back into this, low volume downside move off CPI, right? You can see just a straight down move. Then I would expect that sort of push off 1170, and I would look for the push into 11.2, right? That's what I would look for, all right? So let's see what happens today. Today, you have two things to watch, right? Let's go to the 15-minute chart. You have two things to watch. You have the 1170 rejection to watch up here, right, which is very possible, and you have the 11,980 or 10,980, 11,000 support down here. Here is the levels that you need to be watching today. If we can get above, if we can hold this support, right, then I could see a quick upside. If we reject here, watch out for the support that may come in down at 11,980 or 10,980. If we fail this level, turn it into a rejection, right, then that is a loss of momentum. That is a loss of the downtrend or uptrend, and that could cause a little bit of downside pressure. All right, so that is sort of what I'm watching today. 1170, 10,980. That's my little channel. That looks to be the most important levels today, and that's what I would be watching. So let's see what happens. That's the levels that I would put on your charts, okay? You can see right here, nice uptrend, previous rejection into support, has to hold again. Rejection point, watch out for that rejection point today. Again, remember, upside in the pre-market typically gives us a little bit of a downside move, right? So we never want to just trust upside in the pre-market. So we want to get our risk reward back in order. We don't want to just chase pre-market upside. I always like to see some pullbacks after pre-market upside. 20 SMA is up here around 11,160. All right, ES. So the ES is pretty nice here as well, guys. If I go out to the hourly chart, we can see here on the ES, we have done that little break and retest that we talked about. You know what? I actually sort of liked it on the 30-minute better. Here's the 30-minute on the ES. We talked about the break and retest, right, of that 3,800 level. You guys can see right here, we had a previous rejection point, and we had a break and retest right there at 3,800. Now, not only the 3,800 level, but also look at that 50 SMA. 50 SMA, nice support came in at the retest and the 50 SMA right here. So that is a very nice little hold level right there at 3,800. Now, it's pretty obvious, right? You can't lose that 3,800. You lose that 3,800, right? You lose this little uptrend that's been built here, right? In this general area, right? You have this little channel high channel that's moving higher. You can see tested on the upside, tested on the upside, tested on the upside. So it's pretty clear, right? If you crack this uptrend, crack the 50 SMA, crack 3,800, then it's obvious that momentum will be lost, right? So that's your level. It makes it very clear. So as long as the ES is sort of maintaining this 50 SMA, maintaining this uptrend, this short-term uptrend, maintaining this 3,800 level, then I would assume that things still stay on the bullish side. But the second that you crack this level, right, I would expect there to be a loss in momentum. All right, so 3,800, that's the level to watch on the downside on the ES. To the upside, it is the pre-FOMC levels. Pre-FOMC levels right here. This is where you were trading before FOMC on Wednesday of last week. You were trading here Wednesday of last week. You got the big FOMC push and then the big downside move. This is where you were trading pre-FOMC. 38.35, that is your next rejection point to watch out for on the upside. All right. Dow. So this is a pretty nice hold on the Dow. This 32,800, this is the level we were watching. What? Let me go back here. What was that level again? I remember we actually zoomed out. Yeah, look at that. Wow. That's pretty perfect, actually. I didn't see this today. So the exact high, right? The exact high of this, this is CPI. This is back on September CPI, right? That's the previous CPI reading where we got that quick downside. We have now turned, that's interesting, we have now turned the pre-CPI high from the last reading into a support level 2 days before the new CPI comes out. So we have basically made up the entire CPI move into this next reading. So that's interesting on the Dow. But that exact high is 32,790. And if we go to the 15-minute chart, it's not witchcraft here. Look at this. I mean, it's holding at exactly 32,790. Look at this little bounce that we saw here in the pre-market, 32,790. So watch out for that. I think that's a big level to watch today, 32,790. Let's see if that holds. It's a little bit extended, I will say, guys, right? That Dow is pretty extended there. This is around this 32.6. That's the previous highs. You could see maybe a pullback there. And then also you need to watch out for this little triple top up here around 33,000. 33,000 right up in there. Right? Why is it not going on? There we go. 33,000. You got a pretty heavy up there, so watch out for that psych level at 33. So on the Dow, I would watch 33,000 rejections. I would watch 32,790 support, and if it breaks that, 32,600. Russell. So Russell's sort of holding that. Russell is continuing to hold that retest level on the 4-hour chart, guys. You can see right here, previous rejection into support. You continue to sort of push off this retest. It's nothing that strong right now, right? This could sort of be somewhat of a bear flag that's forming. So I'm not too confident on this push. It is definitely holding that 1780 area, but it looks like it's getting, I don't know. It just does not look like there's much pressure to it. And look at the volume here. The volume yesterday was very light. So this is a little bit of an interesting push on the Russell. I'd be careful here. All right, guys. So that's the futures. Hopefully that makes sense. I mean, some really nice textbook stuff has happened over the beginning of this week, right? This was a very textbook move yesterday. That's what I like about this move, right? It was a textbook move. It was a break of the previous highs. It was a retest of the previous highs, and it was a push off the previous highs. That is a very nice textbook stair-stepping pattern. Same thing on the ES. Previous rejections, break it, turn it into support, right, and hold this little uptrend and try to continue. It's a textbook pattern. Whether it goes up or down, I don't care. It just makes it clean, right? This is understandable. You can understand what's going on here. You can understand that if you break this low, if you get back under these previous highs, then you will see a loss in momentum, right? That's what I like to see, and hopefully we get a continuation of this cleaner price action that we're seeing here over the last few days. All right, let's go to semiconductors. So NVIDIA is up $4 a share this morning. It is up $4.26 per share. NVIDIA is up very nicely this morning. NVIDIA has earnings coming up on the 16th, so let's be careful of that. Let's go ahead and take off the 20 and 50 SMA. You guys can see if I zoom in here. First of all, let me point out why this big green area is on the chart. It is a pretty major previous support. So you can see right here, guys, a pretty major previous shelf of support on NVIDIA. Back here around 155, you can see support, support, support. All came in this general area, and that's why I keep this on the charts, because I know that if we come back into this level, it might get a little bit tough. So now I'll go ahead and zoom into the hourly. Over the last week, right, I've been continuing to talk to you guys about NVIDIA holding this 134 level. I've been saying, look at NVIDIA. It's turning this previous rejection point, pretty major rejection point, into a support. And then on Friday of last week, it held it again, right? It held this 134 level and pushed off of it. Yesterday, held up very nicely, outperformed the market, and we're getting a very strong push this morning. So, in my opinion, we need to watch out for, first of all, this previous high right here, which is 147.16. We are through that this morning, 147.16. If we get through that, then I would say your next move is possibly up to the 100 SMA, which is right at 150. So watch 150, 100 SMA on NVIDIA, and then watch out for this 155 level up above here as well. But NVIDIA, guys, really strong outperformance. Earnings is approaching, so be careful of that. But today you did get some news from NVIDIA saying that the NVIDIA offers new chip alternative following U.S. restrictions against exports to China. So they are sort of sidestepping that U.S. ban on China exports. They are getting creative, which is good for the company, right? And you can see this morning, very nice push to the upside. So I would continue to watch it. Now, this one's even cleaner on the technical standpoint, and that is AMD, guys. AMD, we've talked about the supply at 63 for weeks, and you can see we have finally broken above the supply at 63. So you guys can see previous support, rejection, 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 rejection. We finally got above it, and I think this is sort of off the back of NVIDIA's move. But you can see yesterday we got above it. In intraday, we held it intraday. You can see right here, we created a little flag intraday above 63, and we had a very nice little breakout here on AMD to the upside. In my opinion, there is not much rejection here. As long as NVIDIA can stay strong, if the market can sort of hold itself up today, I would like AMD at least up to maybe up this 66 level is definitely a target of mine. Right here, these previous lows. And then the next target of mine would be up at the 69 level, right? So I'm going to watch to see if it can hold 63. If it can, I like potential 66, and then I like that 69 rejection up here, right? So that's what I'm watching. I love that breakout on AMD. That is definitely a watch for me today. That will definitely, in my opinion, give it a little bit of momentum above that 63. All right, Tesla. So Tesla was just too clean yesterday. I mean, it was just perfect. So, first of all, what was the first thing we were watching on Tesla yesterday? I'm going to go ahead and pull it up in the TA section just so we can look at it from before. So this was yesterday. All right, this is where I post all the technicals. Here's Tesla. Where is it? This is today. Sorry. Go back to yesterday. Yesterday, here was Tesla. So here's Tesla's chart. I'm going to go ahead and blow this up real quick. 1 second. There we go. All right, so yesterday, this is what Tesla looked like, right? And this is, again, what I love to show you guys and what I love to talk about on this channel. This is a break and retest. This is a previous support that we broke under. We found support. We pushed back to the upside. We got a little bear flag or whatever you want to call it, a dead cat bounce into the previous support, and we have turned it into a rejection. This level was 210, right? So 210, that was the level we were looking for a rejection, retest rejection on Tesla, right? Tesla made it back to the channel low. Let's see how it continues off the channel low. Watching for a possible rejection point at 210, 211 here. This is Thursday's lows from last week. A break of the channel low at 203 would be the next major flush point for downside. So pretty much perfect there. Tesla opened it yesterday morning, right? Tesla opened yesterday morning at the Thursday lows, 210, 211. Rejected it in the pre-market. Flushed instantly at open. Downside move, right? And not only that, here's the next very clean thing that happened yesterday. So we know Tesla, the previous channel low, right, was 203.50, right? We had that previous channel low at 203.50. You can see that little green area on my chart. Let me show you the 5-minute here. 5-minute yesterday. Look at this sexiness. You see this? Previous low on Tesla. Bear flag right into the previous low on Tesla. This could not have been cleaner. This is like everything you ask for in trading. I mean, if you could find this every day, we would all be millionaires. This is everything that you could possibly ask for in Tesla. Previous lows, right? Previous channel low on the 4-hour. Break it, retest it, reject it on the 5-minute, create a bear flag on the 5-minute right at a major rejection, previous support level, turn it into a rejection, and just flush under that thing like a perfect bear flag. Love it. I have a live trade of this on my Instagram if you want to check it out. But that was just a really awesome trade. So as we continue today, you can see just more weakness. I mean, now, guys, what do you look for, right? We should already know what we're looking for here. We are looking for a retest of the previous lows at 196.60. If Tesla gives us another perfect bounce, another perfect little rejection here, right? Maybe even sets us up with a little bear flag, right? Something like this. If Tesla can set us up with a little bear flag here, right at 196, and we can do this, that'll be fantastic. So that setup gets me going. It really does, man. I'm sorry. I get excited about looking at things like that. So if I sound a little bit too enthusiastic, just know that that is my that is why I am a trader. That's why I love doing this, right? It's inside, right? It's not forced here. I love that. That is so clean, right? Looking at that just screams opportunity. So if we can see that again, right? If Tesla can give us a little push here in the pre-market, give us a little, I don't know, rejection at 196.60, oh man, I'm going to be all over that. I don't even care if I lose on it. I'll take that trade all day. All right, that's Tesla. Let's see if she's clean again for us. Netflix, again, pretty much the same setup. I mean, it couldn't have got cleaner on Netflix either. Let's go ahead and pull up Netflix chart. Here we go. All right. I mean, could it have got any cleaner on Netflix either? Look at this. So here's your previous support, double bottom support, right, at this green area. Let's go over. 263, break, retest. Look at the little fake move into 263. You get puts right there, boom, dead. We'll go to the chart. Let's see what happened, right? Break, retest, previous double bottom, pushed right into it, perfect retest rejection, boom, dead. Straight to jail. Netflix could be creating the perfect retest rejection off 263 today. This is definitely a top watch of mine. Rejection of 263 could be a move we need to gap fill to 250. I mean, that's just perfect again. So some really nice stuff, right? Look for these retest rejections. If there's anything you could take away from this live stream today, please look for retest rejections in this market. Please look for break and retests. It is so powerful. And I don't know why it's not talked about more. I really don't. I mean, I think it is, but it needs to be like more talked about. It's just so clean. So really nice there. Today's a little messy, right? I don't really like this. I would rather see it maybe back up to 263 again. Let's see if it can get back up to 263 again. But I don't like trading it sort of in the middle here. Let's get it either back up to 263 for a rejection, or let's sort of get this thing just to, give us a really clean downside flush. So I want to see Netflix back at 263 today. Look for that rejection again. Apple. So Apple's back over 138. This is interesting. I'm just bringing this up because it's important for the market, right? Apple needed to get back over this 138 level. You guys can see right here, previous support at 138. It's turned it into a rejection here back on Friday of last week and into yesterday. But we were able to get back above it. So, yeah, I would just sort of watch Apple here. I mean, it's a good proxy to the market. See if it holds 138. I think that's important. If it does, I think your next test is likely up to 142. Right? Why 142? Because that is a previous rejection point here, and that is a previous double top support from back here. So if you are able to find upside on the market today, if you can get a 138 hold, then I would say 142 is likely the area that Apple tries to move back to. Meta. I like this. All right. If the market shows some weakness today, if Meta's push over the last 2 days is BS, then I definitely am watching this, right? Previous support into a rejection and into a rejection, right? This could very well set up to be the exact same setup that we looked at on Tesla, on Netflix. Retest rejections, previous support into a resistance. You break down. This was already a fantastic trade, right? This alone right here was a insane trade to the downside, right? Over a multi-day downside move off this retest rejection as it is. Even ignoring this one, break, retest, 68, previous support into resistance right here, perfect downside. You're back at it. Can you get it again? That's what we'll see, right? Can you trade it again? Can you trade another fade to the downside off 68? That's what I'd be watching on Meta. If it breaks 68, then it's a no-go. Or, sorry, 98. Sorry, guys. I mean 98. You know what I'm talking about. How to get rid of the gray parts? Go to equities and go to turn this off. Highlight extended hours. Turn that off. All right, so if I go to this, you'll see highlight extended hours. Turn that off under equities. Okay. Amazon 92. Amazon's got a little channel going on here. It's been relatively weak, but let's watch this channel because there could be a move over this channel. So here we go. 92. You guys can see we have a previous support here. We have a rejection here. We have a rejection here. So watch out for a potential rejection at 92, and then watch out for the demand that steps in at 89. Right, so you can see Amazon has created itself a little channel here. If Amazon can break and retest 92, I like that for upside, right? That could be a nice little upside squeeze, right? You held sort of a triple bottom here. If you can curl up on this market, if the market can find some opportunity, right, then maybe there's a little break and retest on Amazon over 92. So I'd watch that, right? That's something I would monitor. I would also look for a rejection of 92, right? That's another thing I could watch for. Right there. Or if we get downside, I would look for either a demand bounce off 89, or I would look for a break and retest of the downside at 89 as well. So a lot of opportunities here, but what's the key here, guys, right? What do we talk about on this live stream all the time? Don't play in the middle here. Don't play in the middle here. Wait for it to hit one of these levels, right? If you see Amazon at 92, then you start to get interested. That's when you should spark interest. So you're saying to yourself at 92, okay, let's look for either a rejection or let's look for a break and retest of 92, understanding that if we turn it into support, then I definitely can have some more upside opportunity here. Don't get stuck in the middle, right? Amazon could do a bunch of nothing. If you get calls in here, it could do this. Let's say you get puts here because you think that it's going to break down and it does this. You're just in the middle, right? And you can't really judge a trade there. So wait for it to hit one of those channels. Coinbase, awesome. awesome, awesome rejection on Coinbase, man. So here was Coinbase. Did I have Coinbase in the charts yesterday? I think I might have. I know we talked about it on the live stream. I think someone brought it up. I forgot if we posted that one yesterday. I think I might have missed that one. Oh no, here it is. Here it is. All right, so here's Coinbase. Let me go ahead and pull that up right quick. Sorry, guys. All right, so Coinbase, another great example, right? Another great example here of the break and retest. So you guys can see we had a previous support, right? See all this sort of demand that stepped in here in this green area, right? And then you have this 61 level. So we broke under it, and we turned it into a rejection. And yesterday we turned it into a rejection once again. So if you are trading under a previous this is a 4-hour demand zone, right? If you are trading under a 4-hour demand and you are potentially turning it into a rejection, you go back out. You guys can see right here. Very nice previous support into a rejection, right? Into a rejection. And yesterday into a rejection once again. Very nice slip to the downside yesterday off that rejection point. I think that FTX news is probably affecting crypto as well. So see if that continues to sort of creep in today on Coinbase as well. But yeah, very nice retest rejection on Coinbase at 61. All right. Let's go into spot. Yeah, you always have those misprint candles, guys. They're like the little, yeah, that's just a glitch. Oh, wow. NVIDIA's at 148. Holy crap. AMD's at 64, man. I love it. I mean, I'm big on these. I have a lot of size, and I have a pretty decent amount of size here in the semiconductors. Google. Yeah, we can take a look at Google real quick. Google 89 is the big level. We talked about this one yesterday in the chat. I just didn't catch it, unfortunately. I was sort of walking away. But you can see right here, look at this really nice little break and retest right here, intraday. It was not as clean as I'd like. It was sort of more down at this 67 level, maybe even around the 67.15. But you can see we were able to break above this previous high around 87. I'm sorry, 87. I didn't mean 67. You can see Google got above this 87 level and sort of just moved within this gap, right? This is why when I point out these straight downside moves, guys, this is a good example of it, right? When you get back into these strong downside moves, it will potentially be very quick back to the upside, right? This is an equal reaction, equal inverse reaction. So you can see straight to the downside, you get back above it, straight to the upside, right? It's not a big area of rejection. So you can see up here, watch out for that 89. If you can get above that 89, again, watch for this quick move, maybe up to the 90s. But very nice little trend on Google so far this week, over the last 2 weeks. Let's go to the live stream ticker. Let's see what you guys got for me today. Holy crap, you guys got a lot in here. But we already done some of them. So we did Coin, we did Meta, we didn't do Microsoft, Disney, Roblox, Oxy. Everyone's doing earnings plays, of course, FSLR, XLE. Okay. All right, that's what I got. Speed round. Get ready for it. If you guys could press the like button real quick, that would be fantastic. XOM to start. XOM, let's see what Oxy does on earnings today. I mean, XOM's just on a tear, guys. Energies, I just don't see it. I don't see it slowing down right now. You can't buy it, right? I mean, you can, I guess, but you really want to start buying this thing at all-time highs? I don't know. I need a pullback, right? I will continue to say that I'm just going to take my stand here. I need a pullback. Every time you guys bring up energy, it's going to be I need a pullback because I'm not buying at all-time highs. Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft was a beast yesterday. Absolute beast. I tried to play this rejection here. Was it? Yeah, 225. I tried to play this rejection right here, and I got stopped out. Right here. Go to the 1 minute. I tried to play this 225 rejection right here, right? Stopped out pretty quickly. Just didn't work. Microsoft was a beast yesterday. Very strong move. I would look for, let me go ahead and get this a little bit closer up. Yeah, that's a nice little 228 hold as well. You guys see that here? 228 holding pretty nicely. So I would look for a 228 hold on Microsoft. You can see it made up this entire downside. Look to see if it can turn this 228 into demand. If it can turn that 228 into demand, I would watch this 230.50 and then right here, 231, 232. All right, just watch these previous lows here. This previous double top rejection and then these previous lows. But yeah, nice 228. It needs to hold 228 as demand. NEO, downside yesterday. I have no idea why. There must have been something that came out on NEO yesterday. I don't watch this stock. Guys, I mean, come on. Right? Who the hell knows? You just gotta, if you guys are in NEO, right? If you're looking at NEO on a daily basis, there's a reason for it, right? You're either invested in the company, you're either, I don't know, maybe you're just like stuck on looking at these like small cap names, but no one can tell you what is happening here on NEO. I mean, no one. And no one can tell you what's happening here on Palantir either. Palantir, dead, right? NEO's pretty much dead. Maybe long term you like it, but yeah, it's dead, guys. These stocks are dead for now. Disney, hourly chart. You got earnings after hours, so I'm not going to give you too much here, but just watch this little channel here, right? You got this 102 here, 101.70, 102. You got this 98. You got earnings after hours. I would probably assume that it stays within this area before earnings. Expected move is $7. That is 7%. That's pretty big for Disney, so be careful playing that on earnings. Yeah. Watch out for 102. Okay, Roblox, another small cap stock that's likely dead here. You got earnings. I have no idea. I have not a clue. Don't ask me about earnings plays on small caps. No idea. Oxy has earnings. Energy sector's been hot. You can't buy it at all-time highs. I wouldn't, and on top of that, you can't buy Oxy at all-time highs into earnings. That's just asinine in my opinion. That would be like the riskiest thing you could possibly do. ACAM, I have no idea what this is. ACAM. Akamai. It's been in a pretty solid downtrend here on the weekly chart. All right. You can see this little downtrending channel. I would say watch out for just to continue being that downtrending channel. CVX, all-time highs. Good luck. FSLR. Yeah, FSLR is another one at all-time highs. Here's a nice little pullback, though. Look at that. Okay, see, this is where I can get behind something here. 145 pullback. See, I like that. Who put that here? Whoever put that here is on the right path here. Whoever put FSLR here has got something going for them. So, look, previous highs, pullback, right? So, I mean, guys, that type of, I mean, I don't mean to offend you, DWF Mayo, but I would try to not have that mindset as best as you can, right? You do not know that earnings are going to be good on Roblox. You don't, unless you have insider information, right? You don't know that. So I'm not saying that to give you like shit. I'm just saying that to like try to change your mindset about when it comes to earnings and comes to trading, because you don't know, right? And if you think you do, you're going to probably lose money. So FSLR, previous highs, support, 144. All right. I like that. Keep an eye on that. See if that can hold. XLE, all-time highs. You got a bunch of earnings. You got earnings on Oxy. See how it affects it. Intel. Let's see if Intel gets some juice from Semiconductor Strength. It's probably my least favorite semiconductor stock. Just watch out for this 29.50. Right. All right, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoy the streams. Sorry if I'm mean sometimes, but I think some people need to hear the truth. We can't be guessing, and we need to stop looking at small cap stocks that are reporting earnings. Okay, we need to look at some good stuff. Have you put the levels on every stock by yourself? Yes. 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 I'll say it again. Have you put the levels on every stock by yourself? Yes. Thank you for screaming. Oh, he's doing it again. He's getting... All right. One more time. He's out. Yep. He's out. Gone. Oh, I have some fun here, man. This is fun. All right, guys. Have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed the streams. Press the like button if you had a good time today. Subscribe to the channel. And if you want to join the... That was good. That was funny. If you want to join the Discord chat, check it out down below. All right, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace out.